I am not as sober as I was the last time I shot, so expect some wild, wild shit. This is as wild as it's gonna get, so relish in this wildness before we delve into all this serious stuff. Michael's Odyssey is not a manifestation of my oversized ego. It is close, but not just. This is more of a almost like a digital representation of my interests and curiosities, of which I have plenty. I have plenty. I have so many questions, and my perspectives are ever evolving. Books, talks, movies, articles, sitcoms, conversations, and just good old, observations have been my primary, obviously, vehicles, avenues to gaining, knowledge or data. There are others, but these are the primary ones. I'm sure it's the same for all of us. We learn from all mediums. So this podcast, it's about me relaying the aftermath of processing all this stimuli and processing all this data. This is what I think of it. That's the gist of it. Some episodes will just be me, but as we, progress, it would be others. I would rather speak to other people. I'd rather interview other people. I'd rather gain other people's perspectives because I know mine. So I just don't want to have mine. I want to share mine with others, but most especially I want others to share theirs with me. I want theirs to be different. I want theirs to be challenging. I even want theirs to, I like changing my mind because it's not something that just happens like that. For me to come to a decision on something, it takes me, I go through the facts, I go through just a cogent system, a methodology that allows me to be as correct as I can possibly be about an argument, a perspective, a point of view. Now, this is not for all of my point of views, obviously. Some of my point of views have, has been, have already been ingrained in me since I was born without my permission, which is perfectly normal. Children have very little data about the environment around them. They do not know everything, and that's why we need parental and we need guardianships to almost ferry us across this absurdity called life and existence. So, for me to come to a perspective, I think deeply about things. It's, so whenever I might come across stubborn about a perspective, it's because I've studied that perspective, and I believe, based on the evidence, that it is correct, or it is leaning towards a more accurate description of whatever that discipline or whatever we are discussing, or whatever is the point of contention. With that being said, I still change my mind on. I still change my mind, not all the time, but every month I change my mind on certain key issues, or I evolve my understanding about my perspective on key issues, and this happens because I continuously open myself to receiving new data and having difficult conversations and processing difficult thoughts. This has been instrumental in developing whatever character I have. Most of it is obviously a charade. I moonlight as a serial killer, but I only kill bad people. Now, this helps in helping, in helping reduce the that the hypocritical nature that humans are forced to be in, because they take positions that do not align with their genetics, that do not align with their actual beliefs, and does not align with how they react the majority of the time to issues. So that's, when you spend time doing, when you spend a lot of time in, having difficult thoughts in your head or difficult conversations in your head, it helps to develop your ability to be firm in a position. It also allows you it also gives you room to double check the things, the underlying things, the underlying tenets or the underlying pillars of your foundation. Where you stand on. You need to make sure the tenets, you need to make sure the facts, you need to make sure the reasons are secure. With that being said, this doesn't mean you should be blockheaded in having a perspective, but do not be so open-minded as to allow your brain fall out of your head. So to traverse this landscape is complex, but that's the good thing about having other people. Other people process things differently from you. Other people might have sharper clarity of thoughts. We are not all the same. That is a lie. We are very different, and that is a good thing. I need people who are much, much smarter than I am to exist in this world, because I am not very, very smart, and I need other people who are very, very smart, who can process things with a higher level of complexity, with a higher level of accuracy, with a higher level of integrity than I can. These are the kind of people I want to speak to. I want to interact with guys who are much smarter than I am, who are much more skilled, much more talented than I am. It would be difficult, because obviously I am the bomb digging and the dundada of all the cool things on Earth. So finding people who are cooler and more interesting than me will be impossible. But I like impossible things. So Elon Musk, I will interview you on my show when I have time. I'm busy now, but when I have time, I will interview you. And Noam Chomsky, obviously, Wole Soyinka, Shane Kuti. Clifford Orji is dead. What a shame. So is Ted Bundy. Let's find out who's been killing people. I want to interview you. I find serial killers fascinating, so I am coming to talk to you too. Yeah, that's I want you guys to come on this voyage with me, where we explore ideas, explore curiosities and interests, and we learn and evolve, and we just have a great time and talk a lot of smack and a lot of shit. Yeah, come, let's see where this odyssey takes us.